Welcome back to the Gilbertson Aero Factory. Today is Wednesday, the 10th of April, 2024, about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I just got a message from Aaron. He's going to come over and help me get these things riveted, which is awesome. Yesterday was assembling the attach brackets for the ailerons. That was a success, and so we're going to get something done today. I'm super stoked to be working on this. Yeah, that's it. Let's build an airplane.
So check it out. Aaron was able to make it today, which is awesome. And he's okay with being on camera. He saw the last one. He said, dang, I actually look pretty good. So we are picking up where we left off. Again, all the rivets were loaded up. And today's team, like buddy riveting session went pretty smoothly. I mean, we got into a pretty good rhythm. Most of the ribs that we would do were kind of one and done on the gun. They didn't need any touch up on them. There were a few that did, and I think that there were 2 rivets that I drilled out, and those were a result of my end, poor bucking, nothing to do with Aaron's work on the rivet gun. So that all turned out great. The section right there, a little confession here. And the wing walk doublers, as we moved into that section, I had preloaded all of those with AN 426 3-4 rivets. And then, so we made a pass. Those are all the ones under the tape. And then we pull the clecos out, and we have those odd ones left over. And with those, I had just brain farted. And what you see Aaron doing there is, or rather, putting in AN 426 3-3.5 rivets in those odd holes that still have clecos in them. The difference between the two, it's a 64th of an inch. It's negligible, to say the least. In fact, they are all properly squeezed, and they all fall within the proper specs for both the rivet diameter and the height of the rivet on the shop head. So there's no concern there. It's just a dumb mistake on my part, forgetting that we had moved into that section. But you might notice that a lot of that tape that I was complaining about the other day, and I have no fewer complaints about it. I hate double-sided tape, but you might notice that there are a couple times in this video when I go out there and I peel all the backing off of them. When I put that stuff on there, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 days ago, I had literally just clipped my nails before I did that, and I could not get the backing off. Today, it wasn't a big deal. So we didn't have to buck any of those rivets with the tape the backing on there. And the difference is the tape backing is opaque, and so you're a little bit guessing whether or not you have the flush set really centered over the top of the rivet. So anyways, that all went well. This whole thing went really, really well. Followed the plans, which was start with the inboard skin, starting with the middle rib and then sort of working your way out. So to go to the left, go to the right, go to the left, right, and then do the same thing with the outboard rib. Start with the middle rib and then work your way toward the inboard and outboard portion, alternating, saving the double row of rivets where the skin overlaps for last. Once the work was all done, I have to say, looking at the skin, there are a couple really small blemishes from the rivet gun, and it's just as likely that happened because of me bucking on the backside as it would be from the rivet gun. And I mean, the couple small blemishes, and you have to kind of hunt for them. So I'm really, really pleased with the results. It took us, let's see, this was all but 2 ribs. We had 2 ribs already complete. And it took us, including kind of farting around and taking phone calls and breaks and stuff like that, it was like 2 hours and 45 minutes all in. So probably a total of 2 hours and 25 minutes of work time to get that whole thing riveted, which is pretty good. I take that back. Not the whole thing riveted. The along the main spar, running along the top there, that still needs to be done. Aaron needed to hit the road, and I also have some work that I needed to get done, some non-airplane stuff. And then the trailing edge at the bottom of your screen, that I'll do very last with the squeezer once it comes off the stand. Or maybe, I don't know. It'll probably be a few more days till I have any riveting help. So who knows, maybe I'll get on my creeper and crawl under there and do all those trailing edge ones tomorrow for something to do. But there is other work that I can continue to do in preparation for the wings coming off of the stands. As you know, the last 2 days I built the aileron attach brackets. Those will be the first thing to be attached to the wing after it comes off the stand. The other things that will go on following that will be the flap brace and the aileron gap fairing. So both of those over the next couple of days, I can get to work on them. It's a little bit of trimming and then the usual edge finishing, deburring, blah, 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 all that business. So that's probably what I'll be working on tomorrow when I have any free time for airplane related duties. Other than that, and then so on that black board over on the left side of your screen, it's kind of like my punch list, and I checked a couple items off there. One of them being that the bolts for the tie down attach and the bell crank bracket needed the final torque put on them. I got that taken care of with an asterisk because I still need to put torque seal on those to mark them. But that's something that I'm going to do when that comes off the stand because it's so awkward to reach up there from the bottom to do that and make it look like you did it on purpose and not just splattered a bunch of red goo up there. So yeah, today was a very satisfying work session, and the first time that I have, other than the other day when Aaron came out for a little bit, the first time working with anybody else on my airplane. I did have Shannon come out once, and he, I think on my horizontal stabilizer, he came out, hung out, checked out the shop, and then he squeezed one rivet. So I could say that he worked on the plane with me. But with any luck, I'll try to get Shannon, who maybe I've talked about but you haven't seen. I'll try to get him out here this weekend for a day and get more done on these wings. Maybe one of them will come off the stand. So we'll see what happens next. I'll check in with you on the next one. Thank you. Thanks to Aaron.